Hey, welcome back to another episode of Home Built Workshop. I'm Jeff Baker. This week we're going to do something just a little bit different. I picked up this project at a yard sale a week ago, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to just build it. We don't have to do any cutting, everything's already measured and cut. It even includes glue and sandpaper. So we're going to put it together and see if there's maybe some improvements we could do to it. It's just a simple wall shelf, so let's get started. Instruction manuals, very important. Look at that, even includes sandpaper. 120. I guess it's all 120. I guess that must be your glue. A board, I guess is the top of the shelf. It's got a big old ugly split there. It is it's like a 45-degree bevel on the side. It's not very smooth. It's going to take some sanding, that's for sure. And a couple of dowels. Leave one. There's a dowel in there. One little tiny piece of dowel. So yeah, there it is. All right. All right, let's see what we got. What do they say here? When applying glue, do not use too much. A little goes a long way. All right, let's build this thing. Step 1 says to sand all parts to the desired finish. So we're gonna sand it for a minute here. Enhancement number 1, use power tools. So we've got two pieces here. We've got this dowel, and I guess this is the back support that'll keep the sides from tipping in. So first step, we got to glue that little dowel. All the holes are pre-drilled. There's a dowel hole right there. It's already pre-drilled. It's actually not a bad kit, really. You know, if you didn't have the tools or, you know, any of the stuff for it. And we'll glue it to the other side. I am not sure what kind of glue this is. It's a white glue. Could be Elmer's for all I know. I do recall using a white glue before. That just pounds in there like that and gives you your back support. It's held together already with just that dowel. Okay, so the next step is to glue these two side supports on. And the instructions say actually to put the glue on the two roughest sides. I'm glad I didn't sand those down. I'm just using my finger. It's only glue, right? Forgot to get a little bit in there. So the instructions don't say anything about clamping it in place. But I don't think I could just let it sit there and dry. I'm going to apply just a little bit of clamp pressure. So what I've found out so far, whatever this glue is, you need a lot. I thought I put enough on before. It is not sticking. If I can't get this to stick, I'm just going to use some regular wood glue. I do not know what it is. I don't understand how their directions can not say anything about using a clamp. Clean up any glue squeeze out. I guess we'll let it dry. So I got our shelf glued up. It was kind of a pain in the neck. I think that white glue that was included with the kit was old. I don't know how old that kit was, but that white glue would not stick for anything. I ended up having to knock the project back apart and just use some regular yellow wood glue to glue everything together. And now it feels pretty solid. Once it was dry, I put some brads in to reinforce the joint and a little bit of wood filler just to fill up the holes from the brads. And now it's solid, ready to get it finished up. I'm going to sand it down really quick with the random orbit sander just to make sure it's nice and smooth before we finish it. I'll hit the corners really quick with some sandpaper just to knock them down a little. So for the top coat, I'm going to use some of this stain and polyurethane all-in-one. It works pretty good. You just brush it on with a foam brush and let it dry. It gives you your color and your top coat protection all at once. So in between coats on this finish, you're supposed to sand it with some fine steel wool. The steel wool helps to smooth out the finish and remove any bumps and imperfections in the finish. Anytime you use steel wool to sand a project, I find that it leaves little fragments of the steel wool behind, so it's really important to make sure you wipe it down really good. Or you could use an air hose and blow it off with some compressed air. Then we'll add our second and final coat. So here's our finished project. Overall, I think it turned out pretty good. We've got 2 coats of stain and polyurethane on it to give it a good protection. And also, you probably noticed this dowel rod on here. As part of the kit, the holes were already pre-drilled, so I figured, well, I might as well use them. And so I put the dowel rod in there. That'll make a kind of handy place to hang a towel or something on there. It's a pretty simple kit. I think it'd be good for somebody who maybe wants to get into some woodworking and doesn't have maybe a lot of the tools or doesn't want to design a project because everything's already ready to go. It just has to be assembled and finished. So I think it's good for maybe a project to do with your kids or something like that. So thanks for watching this episode of Home Built Workshop. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any other videos. You can also follow me on Twitter at HomeBuiltShop. Thanks for watching. I hate that bee.